Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today's video is a look back at my 2019 makeup favorites. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, then please do go ahead and click that subscribe button to join. I have loads of video ideas for this year. I do a lot of fashion content. I also do some beauty here and there, and a little bit of lifestyle every now and then too, including travel vlogs and things like that. So if you like that sort of thing, then please do subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you here on my YouTube channel for 2020. So this is the look of my favorite makeup products. This is the look that we're going to end up with at the end of this video. So if you'd like to see my favorite products and how I achieved this look, then keep watching. So before filming, I've already done my skincare, which is really quite basic in the morning, and I've also applied my moisturizer to let that sink in a little bit. For moisturizer, I have been using and loving the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Protect Lotion. This has SPF 30 as well, which is really good. It's so important to wear SPF all year round, whether it be summer when you can actually see the sun, or winter where it's mostly grey, but still the UV rays still get through. So make sure you always have your skin protected, which means next up we have primer. And for primer, I have the Ciate Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. I've been using this since the summer, since June, July maybe. Really enjoying it. It is very nearly finished though, but I've just liked using it. It's definitely more of a summer primer in my opinion, because I do think that it definitely feels like a summery primer where it's really quite gel-like and quite cooling on the skin. Onto foundation, which actually was really tricky for me to choose one foundation. I feel like this year I've definitely been trying loads of different ones. I haven't really been loyal to any particular foundation, and a lot of the times I just haven't worn foundation, and I almost went ahead and did this as a no foundation video, but I thought, seeing as I am mentioning favorites, I should mention what has been my favorite out of the many I've tried. So I've got the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is a really nice foundation. However, I have the shade Santa Fe, which is too dark for me, and I think that's like a bit of an issue with this, which is why I'm probably not using it as much now as I did, for example, in the summer where I was looking a little bit more tanned. Like now it is a little bit too dark for me, but in terms of the foundation, how it looks, how it feels, how it lasts all day, I really like it. Usually after foundation, I like to go ahead with eyeshadow, just because if I mess anything up, I can then go ahead and conceal over the top of that. So I always I don't know if it's a weird way to do it, but it is the way I do it. And so my eyeshadow palette of choice for 2019 is again a Bare Minerals Gen Nude palette. Last year it was the neutral palette, or like the natural palette. This year it's the copper. I love this palette. It's so nice. I've hit pan on 3 of the shades already, so it's just a really nice palette in my opinion. Great for every day. It's what I use typically when I'm shooting and things like that. It's just such a nice palette and so easy to wear. And also I love that you can create more than one look with this palette. So once my eyeshadow is done, and like I said, usually it is a little bit messy, like I'm not neat with it or good at it by any means, but it is something I try to do more of, and that palette has definitely inspired me to do so. So afterwards, clean up any mess and also just highlight under my eyes in the areas that I feel like need a little bit more of coverage. And for that I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is something I have loved for years, but definitely this year it has come all the way back around. I have this currently in the shade Custard, which again I would say might be, actually I think this is like equal to my skin tone, so it's not necessarily lighter, so I don't really use this to brighten or lighten my face in any way. I just use it to conceal. It's also very nearly finished, but I have another one waiting to go. And to blend that all in, I have to mention this brush. This is the Real Techniques setting brush. It's fantastic. I actually bought another one this year, so I've got 2 of these at the moment in my collection and I adore it. It's fantastic for blending in concealer. And next up, let's go for brows. This is actually both of these are recurrences from last year. So I have the MAC Lingering Eyebrow Styler eyebrow pencil, and also the Benefit Ready Set Brow Clear Eyebrow Gel. That was my favourite. I actually think it's still the same one that I used last year as well, so I think it definitely needs to be replaced, but I just love it, and it still seems to have so much in there, so it's great. And the eyebrow styler is again from MAC. I've used a couple of different ones throughout the year. I'm pretty sure I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, I used a Bare Minerals pencil as well, but I went ahead and repurchased this one from MAC, which I think just goes to show that it really did stand out, and it is still a standout product for me. Although I will mention that at the moment I do think my brows are a little bit all over the place. they are just very overgrown and definitely need to be shaped. So I do want to go and get them threaded sometime soon, but I still haven't, so that's why they might look a little bit crazy. Following on from that, I actually have a palette, like a face palette, to show you, because again, looking through my favorites, I saw that I mentioned this in February and I also mentioned it in November, so it just didn't feel right for me to go ahead and do favorites without mentioning it. And that is the It Cosmetics Your Most Beautiful You. This is the Laugh, Love and Live, or maybe they're like the names of these 3 products, I'm not entirely sure, but basically this trio has a blush, a highlight and a bronzer. I really love the bronzer and the highlight. The blush, I dabble into it from time to time, but I do think it's slightly too light, so potentially not the one I use the most. For this video, I am going to use both the bronzer and the highlight though, and I have a different blush to show you. Does anybody else always start with bronzer like at the cheeks and then by the end of it you're just brushing bronzer all over my face? Because that is definitely what I always end up doing. Before I highlight, I am going to apply a blush, and I have to mention the Max Factor Miracle Touch Creamy blush. It's just such a small little blush, but such a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I've started to get into creamy products, particularly creamy and liquid blushes at the moment. I just think they're really easy to work into the skin and really easy to make it look quite natural, so really enjoying those. I haven't yet ventured into like cream bronzers or cream highlights or things like that, because I do think those are always a little bit more scary, but for blushes I've really, really enjoyed them, and this one in particular I think is beautiful. Using the highlight from the It Cosmetics palette. Onto what is possibly my absolute favourite makeup step, but also the bane of my life. Like, it's so long, but I always absolutely adore the results, and that is mascara. So I was torn between 2 different mascaras for my 2019 favourites. I discovered 2 different mascaras that I absolutely adored. So at the start of the year, I discovered and fell in love with the Ico Yoga Waterproof Mascara. I still love that mascara. I think it was amazing. It was such a fantastic discovery for me, but I believe it's £19, and I think that makes it quite a medium or like mid-range price pointed mascara. And mascara is a product that you use up quite quickly. It goes off quite quickly. I think it's got a lifespan of around 3 months and typically dries up if not sooner. So for that reason, I kind of felt like I wanted something a little bit more affordable, because I knew it's a product that I need to repurchase multiple times throughout the year. And that's when I started to scour the drugstore on the hunt for a good waterproof mascara that actually held a curl with my lashes. My lashes are very straight, they sort of go down, so it's really, really hard for me to keep any sort of curl in them. I need a good eyelash curler, and then I need a good waterproof mascara as well to keep that in place all day. So I came across the L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic Mascara. It's fantastic. It does exactly that. I think this is maybe $11.99, but there's always some sort of deal either in Boots or Superdrug. I also wanted to mention my eyelash curlers. They are very, very new to me. I only got them in December, but they are fantastic. They are the Tweezerman eyelash curlers. I think this is just like their standard one, but it comes in like this hot pink design, but very cool, very good, work wonders. I think in order for a good waterproof mascara to work, you need to have a good like base for them to work with, so curling lashes is essential until they're like this with so much more added length, and they just look great. I will like tidy up again under the eyes just where my what they call eyelash curlers were resting on my face. Just for like any marks or anything that it may have left, just do a little bit of a clean up under, whether it be with a brush or with my fingers, to be honest. Right, so after that, again, a step I don't usually do, but I thought I would mention, seeing as we are talking about favourites. This is my setting powder. It's the Nude by Nature Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is a tiny pot. Like, this definitely came in some sort of mini or like a Christmassy thing or something like that, but I actually think it's got like the perfect amount, because this isn't something that I religiously use. I quite like it, so usually I just pop it in the lid and then just use like a little bit of that wherever I feel like I need it. And the final step is lipstick, and I mean, this was a no-brainer for me. This is the MAC Kinda Sexy lipstick, which you can tell just how much I have used and just how much I have loved this year. I got this, my friend got this for me last year. It was either for Christmas or for my birthday, so it was around December time 2018, and this is how much I used it throughout 2019. I definitely need to get myself a backup of this. It's just fantastic. It's been really great in the summer because it was a nice neutral shade, but equally in the winter I've just worn it so much this year. Final step is some setting spray. Again, not a step I do all the time or religiously, but still, I have a favourite to show you, so I thought I would, and it is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Watermelon Burst. So this was a limited edition. In the summer, MAC launched 5 limited edition scents of their Fix Plus, and they were just fab. I really love them. My personal favourite was the watermelon because it was just so summery and reminded me so much of summer. It's the classic properties of the classic MAC Fix Plus, but with these cool new scents. So this is it. This is a full face of my 2019 makeup favourites. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the final result as well. I know I don't do too much makeup or beauty on my channel because it's not necessarily something that I think I'm good at. It's just something that obviously I do and I do also enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed watching my little roundup of 2019 favourites, seeing it all come together as well. Last year I definitely got a little bit more experimental with my makeup, with eyeshadow in particular. I really started to experiment with that so much more, and in the past I have rarely ever touched eyeshadow. I mean, there are still the days where I'll just go ahead and do like a one colour swoosh with my bronzer or whatever, but you know, generally speaking, I am experimenting a little bit more with that, which I think is really good. It's always fun to be able to experiment with different makeup items, and I'm hoping to do the same throughout 2020. Maybe step out of my boat a little bit more with maybe more cream products and liquid products and things like that. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this look at my 2019 makeup favourites. Let me know if there are any other video ideas you'd like me to film for you with like beauty and makeup and skincare and things in mind. I've had a few requests for skincare routine actually, so let me know if you would like an updated version. I feel like the last one I did was in the autumn time. I did an autumn get ready with me where I did sort of go through some of my skincare methods as well, but let me know if you'd like something a little bit more in depth, and if there are any other requests as well, let me know in the comments. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I would absolutely love to have you as part of my little YouTube channel in 2020. So as always, a big thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!